Now that's a hot tamale! Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us in the live studio audience of the George Lucas Talk Show. Quick show of hands. Raise your hand if you've ever been to a live TV show taping before. Okay, seeing some hands. Now, raise your hand if you've ever been to a live TV show taping since the pandemic started and suddenly the production value of our show became not so different from what you see on network television. Okay, so you people know how this works. The point is that the George Lucas Talk Show is now exactly the same as American Idol, as Saturday Night Live, as all of the Tonight shows and later night shows and earlier night shows. It's legitimate because this is a fully self-financed talk show by the world's funniest billionaire, George Lucas. We're going to have celebrity guests on, some real celebrities. This week, some real celebrities. Past weeks, real celebrities, but this week, some real celebrities. And we're going to have fun. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. We've done this so many times now. How do I even warm the crowd up? Let me do some crowd work. TRON53. Where are you from? So no one else respond in the chat, only TR0 and 53. Me? I'm from Boston, he says. How do you know when you're finished? So since we can't get the live crowd reaction, we're not going to fake this like Major League Sports and type in fake laughter and applause. We need hashtags. That's how we show that you're engaged with the show, by spreading that virally across the internet. Man, viral, it feels gross to say these days. But let's take a look at the hashtags we have this week. Hashtag American Grab Bobby. Hashtag Moynihan Solo. Hashtag Red Duck Tails. That's a real walk. Hashtag Lea Bryn. Hashtag THX Thompson. Hashtag Howard is it to wear a mask? That's, I guess it's a play on how hard is it to wear a mask. Watto's always here for mask shaming. And hashtag seriously, what the duck? Seriously, what the duck? Okay, let's start the show so I can finish my tamale.
welcome retired filmmaker George Lucas.
Hello, I'm George Lucas, creator of Star Wars. Welcome to the George Lucas Talk Show. This is our 5th episode, and we're just getting started. I think I can safely say that while the Star Wars saga was designed to be 9 episodes, we may do as many as 900. I don't know. There's no limit to it. We'll just see how many we can do. Although it's also possible that the second that there's a vaccine, we stop doing this. We just don't know. You can't make plans for the future, which is why I wrote Star Wars as something that took place in the past. That's what made it possible. If I had said it in the future, I don't think I would have been able to write it. Watto, it's very nice to see you again. I don't see you right now. Oh, now I see you. Now I see you.
Oh, I'm Watto, sidekick announcer and flying space fuel.
And how are you this week, Watto? Are you doing well?
Oh, doing very poorly.
Really?
Yes.
You had a bad week?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I also don't know what kind of week I had. I think it was fine. I don't know how to answer the question anymore.
Because you feel like you've lost a sense of like relative scale for how a week should go.
I don't know. Watto, I don't have an answer. I don't know why. I don't know why I feel the way I feel.
I mean, we can agree on a couple things here.
Yes, let's start with a moment of agreement.
Okay. The world is bad.
Yes, bad world.
But our president has this under control.
Oh, well, now I'm afraid we have to part ways. Watto, you and I have never agreed politically. I'm a classic San Francisco liberal.
And I'm a dirtbag.
Well,
in the sense, what?
I believe you often describe yourself as a libertarian, don't you?
I do describe myself as a libertarian. That's fair. I'm a dirtbag libertarian, but also I'm attracted to dirtbags.
Or as the New York Times described people like you this week, you participate in what is known as the individualist tradition.
Yes, and also I'm clearly a member of the ideological dark web. What? Patrick doesn't like this?
Patrick, you don't like this? Too political?
He doesn't like us getting political.
I don't want to start off on this foot.
You don't want to start off political?
No.
Patrick, you're a citizen of the world. You can't just eat frozen sausages all day and act like it's fine.
Yeah. You can't just nap on the big issues, Patrick.
Yeah, you can't just snack on the issues and then when you're full, walk away from them. The issues are a full meal, Patrick.
You can't just have a little knife full of the issues like it's butter.
I just think
we spread the issues on top. They're the main course.
Oh, Patrick, are you afraid we're going to drive away our Trump-supporting fans?
Oh, no, Patrick.
I'll go ahead and say it right now. You can go do something else.
No. I was trying to say that we have good guests, and I want to get right to the guests. I don't want to.
We got great guests. We have real celebrities.
Good guests.
I just don't want to talk about libertarian values all night, is what I'm saying.
No.
Well, let me make my values clear.
We're going to talk about a lot of things before the night is over.
Okay,
yes,
great.
let me make my values.
We're not going to get to all the topics he wants us to get to tonight.
Yeah.
Watto, just a slight correction. You did a great job on the hashtags, but I want to reiterate. It's hashtag THXOMP Sun. That way it has the rhythm of 1138. THXOMP Sun.
Yes, and you did give me a line reading before the show began, and I did fucking know.
But I do like the fact that I think the reason you said it differently is because you did take my other direction, which was to say it faster and more intense.
I did.
So that's my fault. I gave you 2 things.
That's fine. Yes.
Yeah. Never give an actor 2 lines at once.
Patrick, can I just say something very clearly?
Yeah, sure, Watto.
This is a stream for everyone. People on all sides of the divide. I know we share a lot of audience with the Joe Rogan show, and we're not trying to scare them away. What I want to make clear, because every time we get into Watto's political beliefs, things get a little touchy. But what I want to make clear is, Watto doesn't really have any beliefs. Watto likes bad behavior. So people talk about, the dirtbag right, the dirtbag left. I like dirtbags, baby. Give me a little pile of dirt to roll in. The worst language that's being used, that's where I'm heading.
I'm also fine if anyone wants to leave because they disagree with me politically. You can go do something else. It's fine.
Right. I want to make something clear. Watto has no beliefs. But if you
Right.
disagree with George Lucas politically,
Then I'm fine. I'm fine with you leaving.
you should leave. Because George likes affordable public housing.
That's right.
George likes bankrolling education.
That's right.
George
Yeah.
likes making red tails.
That's right. No one else would do it.
No one else would do it.
No one else would do it. So I put my money where my mouth is.
Yes.
Wanda, why don't you introduce the guest?
Oh, let me introduce the guest. Ladies and gentlemen,
Ladies and gentlemen.
from the TV show Saturday Night Live, but also from Star Wars Resistance,
Ooh.
and from the Back to the Future trilogy, but also the movie Howard the Duck. Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Moynihan and Lea Thompson.
It's so nice. Oh, we have a Baby Yoda. It's on the screen with Bobby
yeah.
Moynihan.
He came to say hi. Hi,
Baby Yoda
Leah.
in the background there.
Hi, Bobby.
Hello,
This
Leah.
is
How
Leah.
are you?
I'm good. I'm digging your coat. I know
yeah.
exactly what that coat is.
You
dude.
do.
That's
How
right.
do you have that, man?
I mean, I said make sure to save one for me.
Yeah, he produced a movie. What do you mean? You were on set with the guy. How
I
does
said
he have
when
one?
we make, whenever I produce a movie, I always say save one of the coats for me.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
sometimes they forget. But also, if I wanted one, I am a billionaire, so I could just, I'm sure I could get one for $1 million.
Arthur a new run. Do you
Oh, yeah.
still have one of those jackets, Leia?
I can't.
Hold on. I'll go get it.
Amazing.
See, if we were doing this in a studio somewhere, this would be impossible. This is
Couldn't do
only possible in a
Yeah.
quarantine situation.
I have my Red Tails jacket.
Let's
Get
do
it.
it.
Yes!
Bobby. All right,
Hey!
Bobby.
I'm not gonna lie. This is a closet.
Oh.
Bobby Moynihan.
I have my Red Tails jacket. I'll get it later after Leah.
I
All right.
can't find it, but I did find the original sweatshirts.
That is
Whoa!
so good.
Here's another one, an original sweatshirt.
Whoa!
They thought they would be worth a
Wow.
lot of money, but I'm not sure that really happened.
I like how you treated it the way sometimes they'll say if you don't have a passport, then you need 2 other forms of ID. So if you don't have the Howard the Duck jacket, then it's like I have two T-shirts, 2
Two other
sweatshirts.
long-sleeved garments.
Yeah, I would also say hypothetically, if someone had to buy a Howard the Duck jacket online, it would be hundreds of dollars.
Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
And I'll say this: I have a lot of money, but I could imagine someone bidding for a Howard the Duck jacket and arriving at a point where they paid far more than they ever expected to in the last 30 seconds. To the point where this person started to feel as if they were losing their mind.
Yeah.
And that all they wanted was the jacket and that they would do anything to have it.
But did that person think of this moment?
I think that was the dream.
Right.
This would have been the moment. That would have been the dream for that.
I think like hypothetically speaking, Leia, and once again, this isn't relevant because the 2 people who own that jacket got it for free working on the movie, not learning a lot about themselves in the final seconds of an eBay auction. But hypothetically speaking, that person might not have been working as much as they are currently or recently, and they justify to themselves the cost they spent on the jacket as saying, well, the longer I do this show, the less the cost goes down per show.
Right. But let's stop talking in hypotheticals. The jacket was free. It cost me nothing.
Yeah.
Of course.
If I want to shell out some money, I'll make another Star Wars trilogy. That's the kind of thing that I really lay out, or I'll like fund higher
Wow.
education for another decade, or I'll build a museum.
Well, George, I hate to tell you that when the crew received those jackets, they were very disappointed. They didn't really like them. I'm sorry.
No, this is good. Even delayed feedback can be helpful. What did
30
they not?
years later, it's
What did they
important.
not like about the jackets? They didn't like the artwork on it.
Not shiny enough?
The color,
But it's just like Howard's jacket. This is how Howard dresses in them. It matches the color palette.
It's true. It's exactly Howard's jacket.
in the
I have
world.
that jacket, and I also have the Pretty in Pink jacket that my husband got, and no one wanted to wear that on the crew because it looked like a porno movie.
Well, times have changed. I think anyone would want to wear that jacket now. Now I believe. Let me just check. I believe because someone sent me. I'm so bad at email, but someone sent me details about the original. One of the original Howard jackets is actually on auction right now.
What?
And the bidding is very low right now. It's at like $2,000.
$2,000?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a lot.
Maybe my kids.
Are you insinuating that you paid more than $2,000 for that jacket?
No, I didn't. But no, this is the one that Howard wears. This isn't something you give to the crew. The one that's on auction right now.
Screen worn, the actual screen worn costume.
I can't find the link. Patrick, if you can find that link, do you know where it is?
Yeah, I will find it.
At finding the internet links. Now, Bobby, you both. This is so exciting because Lea, you famously are part of Howard the Duck, which is one of the most famous. It started off the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Essentially, it was the first Marvel movie. So every hit movie now can thank Howard the Duck for that. But it's also there's not that many Duck movies. There's not that many Duck TV shows. It's a narrow genre in some ways. And Bobby, there it is. Now, what are we up to now? Is it still?
That's the jacket Lea wore.
Oh no, that's
right?
I think
he did.
Well,
no, that's not the jacket.
See, he's wearing it right there.
He's wearing it right there.
Oh.
Yeah. Because he can't wear a jacket that says Howard the Duck. That wouldn't be his style.
No, that wouldn't. I still have that shirt.
You have that shirt?
And I have the mini skirt, which I can put on my thigh at this point.
Right. Well, to be fair, I cannot close this jacket. I have to wear it like I'm cool. I wear it open like this.
You are cool, George.
You are.
But I'm not. I think this is a small size jacket. But Bobby, you were also a famous
in Howard the Duck.
No, you're not in Howard the Duck. I wish you were.
Tell me about it.
You weren't even born, Bobby, then, were you?
I think I definitely was. Yes, I remember seeing Howard. I loved Howard the Duck. Are you kidding me?
Howard the Duck is 86.
I'm 43. I was born in 77. I was born like right around Star Wars.
Oh, well, you could have been a baby in that.
Yeah.
You just played my son. Bobby just played my son, you guys.
Yeah, I was like 6 though in it, I think. It's just the voice. It's just the voice.
In what project do you play mother and son?
It's Back to the Future 4.
Yeah.
Big announcement.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
shoot.
You heard it here.
I really screwed up. No.
God, Bobby is the new Marty McFly.
Don't say it. Don't tell people.
Oh, God. Hey!
Don't tell people.
Yoko!
Watto!
I was trying to tell my neighbor.
You have forgotten.
Watto lives in the Dakota building in New York City.
These are not the drones you're looking for.
I forgot Jedi mind tricks don't work on you, Watto. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm a Toydarian motherfucker.
I forgot.
But now, Bobby, you are involved in a Disney Duck project that's very high profile. It's you're part of the DuckTales.
The highest profile.
And I wrote those are inspired by the comics of Carl Barks. I wrote the foreword to the first Fantagraphics edition of Carl Barks comics because I used to read those comics. Then I'd borrow stuff for Indiana Jones. I'd borrow stuff for those are
Flash
great.
Gordon. It's you can see it. It's beautiful. You're amongst the greats, George. Carl Barks was a genius. Yeah. As are you.
Well.
Yes.
We're all storytellers. That's what Bobby. You tell stories. Lea, you tell. So we're all storytellers. Lea, you're a director as well. Lea, we're both directors now.
I know. I learned everything from you, George, for sure.
True?
But I want to tell you, I have tried to pitch a new Howard the Duck to Marvel, and they didn't say no. They just were like, "We don't know what we're doing with Howard." And then they were going to make an animated thing, and that fell apart. So maybe they'll come back to me. I had a good idea.
Now is a good time to pitch an animated project.
But this wasn't supposed to be animated. This was something that Chip Zdarsky and I kind of.
I mean, so this, I think
Yeah.
you're in the comics, right?
Yes,
right.
they're in the coat.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in some of the new comics, which is great.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I
Well,
think it would be great. I think people are ready for another fight. They love the Guardians of the Galaxy cameos that Howard does. They loved him in Avengers Endgame. Everyone loves Howard the Duck when he's, and it just took a while for people to catch up with what we were doing back in '86.
Well, George, why don't you join me? With you and me, I think we could
We
push.
could be a dyad in the Force. We could
Fine,
make
I'll do it too. I'll join
Oh,
you.
will
It's
you?
fine.
this dyad. Bobby,
I'll
will you join us?
join.
Bobby, will you join us?
Will
and
you
make
do
this
the voice?
Howard Duck happen?
I will. I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. If
If
yeah,
Bobby
I'm
has
in.
conditions. Bobby has no. If you have conditions, Bobby,
I've just let me. Can I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
Okay. No, I'll do it.
I'm really sorry.
When are we still? When does
Great.
it
The
start?
only person who works at Marvel is out.
When
Yeah, do we have a rough start date?
a rough start date? Yeah, next week. Let's do
very.
it.
That's
Oh,
very.
yeah.
Talk
Yeah,
about
no.
a rough start date.
Yeah, that
Talk
definitely.
about a rough start
Talk
date.
about a rough start date. Well, now Leah, you've acted opposite a duck character, but you never played a duck, have you?
I have actually. A long time ago, I did a ballet,
Mhm.
and it was The Ugly Duckling, and I still remember it.
Where was this at?
This was at the Children's Theater in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I still remember the choreography. So that really started my love of duck love.
That's so exciting. So you were already you knew what the score was by the time the Howard Project came along. Do you remember? Did you read for Howard the Duck, or was it a straight offer?
No, I did. I did read for it, and I did. Oh my God, my zipper's open. I did read for it, and I did have to try to. I was doing space camp at the time, so I had to I was very straight in that movie, and so I had to buy. I had to figure out how to rock star myself up. So I was trying to buy chains and ripped pantyhose and trying to look like Madonna.
Right.
So they were happy to see me come and all of that, but they never really trusted my singing. They made me. They kept threatening that they wouldn't let me sing or they were going to revoice me.
Now, when you say they, am I included in that they?
Yeah, I think you had something to do with it. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've been wanting to apologize to you, George, because the only time I've ever really lost my temper on a set in 36 years was with you. I hope you don't remember it, but
Oh wow.
I really got mad at you.
I do have a memory of this, but I'd love to hear you tell your side of it first, and then
I love that Bobby turns red with embarrassment. Before
I
George
feel
did.
terrible. If you're cool, I'll tell it.
Okay, you go ahead.
It was awful. It was awful. It was terrible.
It was.
You were in the right though. I'll let you explain, but you were in the right. You were in the right.
Let's hear your story, and I'll tell my side of it.
Okay. I was doing the musical numbers. I don't know if anyone's seen Howard the Duck, but I had these musical numbers.
Everyone has seen it. Everyone.
And I was singing Hunger City, and I was singing Don't Turn Away in that bar.
Killing
so
it.
I had to change costumes, and they were big deal. You know how they glammed me up. Yeah. And so I did the one song, and I was really nervous because they kept saying, we're not gonna let you sing and all this stuff, and it was scary. I wasn't really a singer. And so the makeup and hair people were freaking out. They were like, "Oh my God, we don't have time!" And George Lucas came into he was never around this. You were never around the set, George.
Was I behind a curtain? You just did a curtain gesture. Was I hiding behind a curtain?
Yes.
I was there the whole time.
You were never on the set, but for some reason, you decided to show up that day and put pressure on me. And so when you opened up the door to the trailer, I was like a thermometer, and I was like, I got redder and redder and redder, and I was like, "I'll be there when I can be there. Damn it!" And George, you went like you were scared. And so that's the only time I've ever really lost my temper that I remember. But it was a bad choice. I shouldn't have done it. And I'm so happy to have this opportunity to apologize to you. I was just under a lot of pressure.
I I was coming to give you a single note.
Oh, really?
And I remember approaching the trailer, and I thought I just have one because I thought you were doing a great job. But I thought I just want to give her one note. I remember opening the door of the trailer, and what I was going to tell you is if you could just do it faster and more intense. And then you said, and I thought, you've already got this. Very fast and very intense. She doesn't need the note. She understands that Beverly, she understands exactly where Beverly is, what Beverly wants, who Beverly values, who Beverly fears.
She's living the role.
She's
confused.
Yeah.
I was.
And I don't recall you getting, I don't know for certain, but I don't recall you getting any notes after that day. Did you get any notes after that day?
No.
Yeah, I said no more notes for Lea.
No.
Not one. I don't want to hear it. From now on, just let her do what she's doing. So no need to apologize. There's actors are intense people,
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I have to admit that's not my favorite thing, which is part of the reason why I started making actors like Watto that are just made of billions of ones and zeros.
Very easy to control.
Very easy to control.
There's literally a slider to make it faster and more intense.
Yep.
Do you ever just change the bottom half of Patrick's mouth or like the top half of his face?
Yeah.
We can't do it live, but if you watch when we put these streams on YouTube, you'll notice we do a lot of post-production work, and usually you can't tell, but it's always we use the first half of Patrick's lower mouth and the second half of it. Usually you'll just do a straight swap.
Because you did that famously in Phantom Menace.
You just use part of the mouth, part of the eye, an eyeball from this take, an eyeball from that take.
Hang on, George. I do want to show we've already gotten some fan art for this episode.
Fantastic.
For this episode?
It happened so fast. I'm going to play a game with you guys in a second after we see this.
Moynihan Solo.
I mean, hold on. It doesn't get better than that.
Don't worry. You'll get a high definition JPEG of it or a PNG.
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you.
You're great. You got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I got it. Thanks.
This is a game that I started last week that I want to keep playing with our guests. Fan art happens so quickly here. Bobby and Lea, I want you to both come up with a suggestion of fan art you would like to see. We will time how quickly it gets finished.
Yeah.
So both of you come up with any image you would like to see people.
I would like to see all of the men on this show as children in pajamas on the floor like this, listening to Lea Thompson tell her story because that's what I feel like, because this is the greatest thing we've ever been given in our lives.
All right, so we'll have that probably in under 300 seconds.
That's
fantastic.
my guess. Yes.
Lea, your turn. I didn't mean to get excited and cut you off.
No, I can't really top that. I can't.
If it comes to you later, any fan art you want, people are literally maniacs.
This is also a good one. Do you guys want to tell them about this, George?
Right. So I don't know if you're familiar with the project that is sort of taken over the center of my life creatively the past few years, the Lucas Museum of Narrative Art, which will be opening in LA hopefully in the next few years.
Congrats, by the way.
Thank you so much. We tried to open it in Chicago, San Francisco. Nobody wanted it. Finally, we're going to open it. It'll look like a giant spaceship in the middle of Los Angeles.
Finally.
And when you go in, it's all about art that tells a story. So this banner, for instance, that tells a story. Look, it's Jar Jar and he's in a good mood.
Look at the story.
Yeah, look at the story. And so a lot of the me and my buddy, you know my buddy Steve, right, Lea? You've worked with Steve several times on the Back to the Future trilogy because he produced those.
Oh, Steven, yeah.
Yeah. My buddy Steve.
His buddy Steve.
He and I love to collect Norman Rockwell paintings. We have some of the biggest collections of Norman Rockwell paintings.
I've seen them. They're beautiful. Black and white. Stevens are black and white.
Yeah, I got color ones mostly.
Oh.
And
it's not the competition, but he was able to afford the color.
Are they worth more money because they're in color?
Well,
rather than black and white.
Oh yeah.
It's it's like
Norman would charge by the color.
Some people like a Steamboat Willie. Some people like a Fantasia. You know what I mean? It's a different aesthetic.
I have that tattoo.
Yeah. And but one of the things that we like to show off, a lot of the stuff's getting ready to be in the museum. One of the things we like to show off is a very specific piece of Norman Rockwell art. It's 2 pieces. I believe they were originally done as plates. I believe Patrick has 2 of my copies in New York City right now.
Here, I'll show you. Here.
One is Butter Boy.
Oh, I've actually got them on a tray this week. Isn't that great?
Oh, wow, you have them on a tray.
Just a tray, just a plain old regular tray. Anyway, the first one is Butter Boy.
That's Butter Boy. And that's the name of it. Norman Rockwell called it that. It's Butter Boy. You see
That's
that? 2 pieces
That's
of
me.
bread.
So we want someone to draw you as Butter Boy. And then the other one is Butter Girl.
Yeah. And she has a whole different way. If you notice, she has 2 like blocks of butter and 1 piece of bread. She looks like
And
Butter Boy.
a head full of secrets.
Butter Boy, it looks like he may, I mean, we don't know. This is part of the magic of storytelling in a painting. He may have spread that butter, or maybe someone else did. We don't know. But Butter Girl doesn't, we don't even know if she wants to spread the butter. She may just eat the bread with the blocks of butter sitting atop it. Now,
George, when I carry them now, I just carry them on this tray. It's nothing special. It's just a tray.
Right. Oh, wait, let me see the tray.
You want to see this tray?
Yeah, I want to see that tray.
What's going on with this? Well, I don't know. It feels like you've really underlined the tray.
I think I know what tray that is,
It's a
Patrick.
plain regular tray that happens to have Butter Girl on it.
Oh, snap!
It's a Butter Girl tray.
It's the Butter Girl tray. Now, I'm gonna bring some brand new information to you guys about Butter Girl. Okay?
Yeah.
Back of this tray. Although this is one of Norman Rockwell's most loved and most valuable paintings, he painted so many different illustrations for ads that there is some doubt over whether she is called the Butter Girl or the Margarine Girl.
Well, that's interesting because I have a plate here that is it's solid copper. It's a solid copper rendition of Butter Girl. This is a collectible, and on the back, to add to the controversy, Butter Girl is one word without a space. Butter Girl, just one thing like that. But the certificate of authenticity calls her the Butter Girl.
So does mine.
I think this is like,
Bobby,
I know you like that J.J. Abrams show Lost. We've actually raised more questions than we've answered here today.
I mean, yeah, you're following that format. I am currently on eBay trying to find Butterboy products.
Well, you can find them if you have a spare $20 or $30. You can get yourself a Butterboy plate.
Well,
Butter Girl, you can get a Butter Girl bell.
Oh, you blew my next surprise for a few weeks.
Oh, you're gonna wait a few weeks to ring the Butter Girl bell? Patrick, shame on you. We have Bobby and Leah here. Come on.
Oh,
Go get the bell, Patrick.
I haven't bought it yet. I was gonna buy it this week.
No, Patrick, it's in your house.
Wait, what?
Oh my God. That's
Not
really
to make
funny.
this one of those Zoom horror movies, but the Butter Girl bell is in your house right
What does
now.
that mean?
It's in the house.
What does that mean?
The Butter Girl bell is in your house, Patrick.
Butter Girl bell is in the
It's
house.
in the house.
Look inside your mouth, Patrick.
Oh no!
I want Patrick to come back without that bell.
He's not allowed back on screen without the bell.
There will be. Oh, now, Bobby threatened to not reveal this. This is Leah, this is a signed autograph from our friend of the show, Bobby Wool.
I love him.
He's the best. What's that?
I hear a bell.
I'm not going to show it on screen. I don't want to show it on screen. I just wanted to, I'm just going to make the noise. We'll play it. I'll use it another week. We'll bring it in another week.
You bring that bell on screen, or you
You bring that bell on screen, motherfucker.
I wish I knew this was a whole show about props, you guys, because I would have had more props. I need more.
I found this. I found this, which is a little Lorraine McFly figure, but I can't find her hair. So
I have that too. I have it, but it's in the other room.
No.
Yeah, of course.
I'm looking. I'm looking in my
I
Super
feel
Mario
naked.
bag for the hair.
I feel violated.
It's somewhere in here.
Oh,
Watto, please find the hair. What a thing to do. What a thing to do.
I need props.
Now,
Well, I want to go find my Howard the Duck shoes. I must have them somewhere.
yes.
you know what? If you want to take 5 and find the shoes, that's fine.
Well, I could take one and probably find the shoes.
Now, Lea, now you had an embarrassing moment in front of me, but you said I wasn't around very much during Howard.
No.
Was Steve around more when you were making the BTTFs?
No, I don't think they both weren't around that much.
Me and Steve.
I'm sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
you and Steve.
And the cowboy hat.
That's the third one from BTTF 3.
Yeah.
I remember your friend Steven mostly at the screen test. He filmed the screen test with one of those giant video cameras. But that's it. But he was always a great guy. I mean, he's your friend, Are you besties still? I mean, what's going on? Are you guys friends still?
Yeah, we'll always be friends. Yeah. He was going to make, this is how good of friends we are. He was going to make an Indiana Jones movie without me. And then he decided neither of us are going to make it. That's a friend. He was making Indy 5.
That is a friend. Are you still friends with Linda Ronstadt? Because you were dating her when.
Oh, this is a touchy subject.
No, we were dating in the 80s. Yeah. No, we're still friendly.
Lea, he hates to bring this up. He only mentions it twice per episode.
Oh, really?
He's loath to bring it up.
She's great. Great. Of course. I'm friends with most people. I'm a good friend. I'm a generous guy and a good friend. And so if I was friends with somebody back then, I'm probably still friends with them,
Who would you say say is your best friend?
Watto and then Steve probably.
Wow.
But it's different because I helped create Watto. So
Found it.
there it is. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you have any other action figures? Have other ones been made?
I don't know. I'm gonna go look. I'm coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watto believes this is the only one. Like Watto believes he would own another one if it existed. He does own an action figure of Marvin Berry. Your cousin Marvin Berry. So that's the two important characters of the same number.
Whoa!
Howard the Duck shoes.
Whoa!
Wow!
They're very dusty. Let's see if they still fit.
This is the best.
Oh my lord!
There they go. There they go. They fit.
They fit.
Wow!
It's got to be the shoes.
That's the shoes. But I got to find an action figure. I'll be back.
Okay.
Hey, while Lea's gone, anyone out there who knows how to make action figures should make a Caroline in the City action figure.
We had that person make the clay figures last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyone who can make some clay, any Caroline in the City fan art.
If anyone watching this right now can mass produce a Caroline in the City action figure before this episode is done.
Yeah.
We're talking
can mass produce.
We're talking blister packaging.
Absolutely. Multiple points of articulation. I want this available big box retailers. Yes. I don't want this to be a store exclusive. I don't want this to be an online collector's item. I want to walk into Target.
We're talking wave 1.
Yeah.
Wave 1. Wave 1 of COVID?
No figure.
I didn't know which wave you were referring to.
Guys, we have more fan art.
All right.
It's Honor Norman Rockwell. It's Honor
Butterboy is in the class. It's someone's birthday. Johnny's birthday. No, wait, Jonesy? Is that Jonesy's birthday?
I think it's Jonesy.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
Indiana Jones.
No, it's Happy Birthday, Miss Jonesy, the teacher.
Oh, she talks in her sleep.
Yeah. Wow. That's a good one. That was Ricky Barty that came from.
That could be Henry Jones Jr.'s mother.
Yeah.
Did you say that was from Barry Gordy?
It was from Ricky Barty.
Oh.
Ricky Barty. And coming up, more fan art from Barry Gordy.
Did you say? I'm sorry. Did you say Billy Barty?
Yes. Yes.
Barty.
Yes.
If Billy Barty or Barry Gordy are watching right now, please make fan art before the episode is done.
Bobby, I feel like you'll know the exact number to this. How many action figures or Funko Pops do you have of your characters?
3. I have them right here.
Let's see them. Come on.
Let's see them.
Let's see them.
It turns out you only had the only action figure of me.
Right?
Oh.
That's it. That's the only one I've ever seen.
Hey, Watto is a big Lorraine McFly fan. If there was more than one, he would have it.
Yeah.
I think in the next 5 years there should be, and hopefully we can get our viewers maybe to start the demand for this. There should be Beverly Switzler should definitely have an action figure, a Marvel action figure. She should have shown up at the end of Endgame to help fight. You know, there's that shot where it's like the classic, all of the Marvel heroines coming in. I'm like, where's Beverly? She would have been down to clown if there was an end.
He's a Marvel legend. Yes.
Leah, I have that action figure, but I can't believe we're gonna have action figures made of our characters of Back to the Future 4. Oh no!
Oh, no, a double spoiler.
Yoko!
I did it again.
Oh no! All right, let's see those.
Sorry.
Let's see it. Let's see it, Bobby.
Whoa!
Oh,
that's Panda from We Bare Bears.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Dancing Skeleton from David S. Pumpkins.
From David Pumpkins. And that's the little drunk uncle.
Drunk uncle.
Wow.
Drunk.
Isn't that bonkers?
I think there is a reasonable chance that the Funko, because and there's Louis.
There's the duck.
That's Louis.
Yeah.
I think there's a reasonable chance that your drunk uncle Funko was the basis for the Force Awakens Han Solo. I think they tweaked it slightly, but I think they were like, let's use drunk uncle and we'll make the Han Solo out of it.
Yeah.
Because it looks like, if you change it, it looks like a sick Harrison Ford.
I think that
older Harrison Ford.
Force Awakens Harrison has a little bit of now that's a butter man. That is a butter man. Look
no,
at that.
that's a butter gentleman.
This is the first time because we've seen a lot of different.
No, wait, that's a butter Bobby. That's a butter Bobby.
That's a butter Bobby. Yeah.
I've never of all of it. Put him back up for a second because of all of the incarnations we've seen of the butter character, this is the one that knows most what he wants. Like there's real intent behind that stare. There's no question. Yeah.
The look on that guy's face. I got my butter. That's all I need.
That is
there is a quiet confidence to Butter Bobby that we have not seen on any character in the Butterverse so far.
Yeah. Yeah. It's almost like I was forced to take that picture at a Saturday Night Live.
Now, Lea, we had actually, I believe someone was asking about the final seasons of Caroline on the City coming out on DVD. I believe the last 2. My goodness.
That's good. About Caroline in the City?
Yeah.
The last 2 seasons were never released on DVD.
I know. That's so weird, but it was released in Europe, and it's also, I believe, on CBS All Access right now. You can see all the shows.
That's great.
But you know what they do? They jumble them all up. They don't play them in order. How hard is that? How hard is it to put them in order?
Now, is that because when they originally told the saga of Caroline in the City, are some of the episodes meant to be prequels where you sort of like?
No, they just didn't give a shit. They were like, Fuck
Yeah.
it.
Are you behind this? Did you do this because you're a Carolina in the City fan, George?
Yeah.
Admit it.
I did have a word with the people at CBS All Access. I said, listen, this story, you want to tell it. It's not machete order.
Not
I don't
linear.
justify that, but you wanna tell this story. There were certain things that I said, let's hold off on revealing certain information and let's tell the story in a non-linear fashion.
Episodes,
leave it
if there's
alone.
one thing we know about the episodes, it's that they're always released in the wrong order the first time.
Is
So
it
yeah.
true? Is that
Let's go, this one's first, this one's second. No. Wait 30 years and then George will correct you.
Because I think some of the episodes of the show, if I recall correctly as a fan, I had nothing to do obviously with the production of the show, but some of the episodes they had to wait until the technology was there to make them. So they'd make them even though they were intended to be earlier in the story.
So are you insinuating that some of the characters in Carolina in the City are CGI, like Jar Jar Binks?
Yes.
I don't want to say that. There's SAG rules that I can't violate here. But there's a good chance if you go onto CBS All Access and watch the full saga, there will be some characters who look, let's say, a little bit more realistic, and those are the CGI ones.
Wow.
Remo was CGI. That's what George is trying to say, is that Remo was CGI.
you remember? That's so sweet.
Yeah!
Oh my god.
Now,
That's
as a, do you ever think about, like, right now cities are locked down? Do you ever think about like what if you brought Carolina and the City back now and it's like a lockdown? They could, because a lot of shows are coming back with like quarantine episodes.
I actually think that one of the creators might be writing something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, which would be fun. It would be the last episode because we didn't really get a good ending.
Right.
So he's gonna. We were all talking about our ideas and all of that, which would be fun. I love all those actors. They're really funny. Good.
A lot of scoops on this episode.
I know.
Yeah. Now, were there particular episodes that were told out of order in a way that really bothered you? Like when you were...
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just I haven't even seen half of them in my real life, but I was skipping through and I was like, I know that didn't happen like that.
Right.
I mean, in this day and age of binge watching, they should put them in order, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
And I'm sticking with it. I think you're behind this, George, because you're still mad at me for yelling at you. You just called your friend at CBS All Access and said, fuck this shit up, bitch. Right?
That's a direct quote. That's exactly how George would say it.
I don't.
That's exactly how you would say it.
Well, the thing is, when it's important to me, I'm willing to use some salty language.
Well, there is that famous video of you telling that man you will squash him like a bug.
I'll crush you like a bug. Frank Marshall. That was Frank Marshall.
Yeah.
That is, you're one to reckon with, George.
Yeah.
You're one to reckon with.
Right. I like how intense she is, but one day I will rearrange her long-running TV series on a streaming app. That's how visionary I am. At the time, I remember thinking, don't give her any more notes. This is what we need for the movie, but I will not forget this. And one day when TV shows are streamed instead of broadcast, I will have them be rearranged on the app. And someone said, George, what are you talking about? I said, never mind. You'll catch up.
George, I don't know if this is your thing, but how would you order the Fast and the Furious franchise?
Well, let me look.
Maybe a Watto thing more than a George.
Watto's got a lot of opinions, but I want to hear how George answers.
All right. Well, let me look, because I have to admit, I'm a little bit intimidated by the Fast and the Furious movies because I famously love stuff that goes fast.
It's true.
That's my favorite thing.
But you also think that fear leads to anger, and anger leads to hate.
Yeah.
So the furious part bumps a little.
Yeah. When I saw Fast and the Furious, I thought, well, you had me at fast, but furious, that frightens me a little bit. Let me look at these. Let me look at this franchise and see where I would. Well, definitely Fast and the Furious, the first one.
I like that you have an iPhone, George.
No, this is a Samsung Galaxy Note.
No, that's what I meant. Right.
I liked it because it says Galaxy. I thought, oh, that's a tribute to me, I guess.
So you think when people mention just galaxies in general that it's a tribute to you? I like that. It is in a way.
Yeah. Okay, so wait, there are going to be 10 films total?
Did you just look this up, George? Are you just about to read this off of Wikipedia?
No, I'm going to tell you the order.
It's 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, end credits. 3 fits in there. 7, 8, 9.
Where does
Right.
Tokyo Drift come in for you guys? Is it?
That comes in between 6 and 7.
Yeah, Drift is 6th. Fast and Furious, that'll be the 4th one out. Too Fast, Too Furious, that's 5th. Tokyo Drift, that's 6th. First one come out will be Fast and Furious. That's the 4th one. No, that's the 4th one.
Well, us fans call it the ampersand. Yes.
Fast 5. That's exactly right. That's the 5th movie out. That's exactly right. No, that's the 2nd movie out. That's Fast 5 is 2nd. Furious 6. That's the 3rd one out. I don't care what you do with 7, 8, and 9.
Wow.
I don't even consider I consider them not part of it.
I've never seen any of them, so I have no opinion.
They're a delight.
Not one.
I've seen bits and pieces.
Wada, do you have a strong opinion on the story?
What? What is it? Hold it up closer to camera.
Whoa. Oh man.
I don't know what it says, you guys.
Let's get a translation. Can we get people on the stream? If we hold it up long enough, the stream.
Here, I'll make it full screen, and then someone can translate it for us.
Isn't that beautiful?
Something about the marvelous career of actress Lea Thompson.
Yeah, the personas are interesting.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll let someone who knows how to do it really. But I will also say, someone sent me this, which is apparently a head sculpt from a Robot Chicken sketch.
Oh my god!
I guess it was on Pinterest. They found it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I will send that to you, Leah, so you can see it.
A disembodied head of me. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Leah, one of the first credits that you have was part of a franchise that my buddy Steve started, but I believe he was no longer involved by the time you were in Jaws 3D.
Mm-hmm. Jaws 3D, People Zero.
That's right. That was the tally. What can you tell us about what that experience was like to come in at the end of a trilogy?
Well, no, there was Jaws 4H after.
Yeah, that was personal. So I feel like that time was personal. So I almost feel like that was more of an intimate. I almost don't consider that part of the. It's like, well, no, hold on. Like the first
one's it's like a chamber piece. It's like a
wait a second.
I remember watching Jaws: The Revenge and thinking, I felt like Werner Herzog when he listened to the audio of that man and his girlfriend being murdered by the bear. I thought this story is too private.
You must never share this.
You must never share this. And I felt like this is a story that this shark never intended to share with the world.
Too personal. Too personal.
It felt wrong to see it.
And now it's out there.
Yeah, and it's just like you can't.
So if you ever run into Jaws now,
it's just like I know too much. I know too much.
But Leah, that means if you exist in the Jaws world, that means you exist in the Back to the Future world. Because when he goes to 2015, he sees the Jaws.
He sees Jaws 3D.
So meta.
That means you, the actor, exist in the world of Back to the Future as yourself.
Oh
right. Lorraine McFly at some point in time goes to see Jaws 3D in theaters and is like, holy shit.
There was wasn't there originally a CGI version of your character from Jaws 3D that came out, but they didn't know if people got it, so they made it Jaws.
It was
I don't know
meta.
I don't know if I'm reading that wrong.
No, I don't even think they knew I was in Jaws when they did that. That was my first movie.
Yeah.
And I lied and said I could swim and water ski. And I had to water ski on a 3-tier pyramid with me here and 2 little girls here and 3 guys here and the same thing over here. And I had to learn how to do that. Luckily, I did the stunts because they made up for my terrible acting. So that was that.
Hey.
Now, this was
But-
after you had done the Ugly Duckling, yes?
Yes. I was.
You'd already played an aquatic. You'd already played a character who was comfortable on the water.
I had actually starred in a version of The Little Mermaid, so that prepared me for this. But
Wow.
yes, it was my first movie, so it's not my fault that it was terrible. Okay.
Which version? But is the water skiing? Is it a big 3D like effect? Did you see it in the theater when it came out?
I did. The 3D, they didn't have any idea how to do it. I remember the first day they were like super confused, and the shark was so bad they made it growl. The shark was like this.
I like that. I actually think that's a good note.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. You Steven didn't do it.
I didn't know. I didn't really know Steve when he made the first Jaws. I didn't really know him that well at that point. And I remember thinking he should growl. The shark should growl.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say anything.
It could have been your note. I don't know.
I think there's a good chance.
Yeah.
Now, when you were the version of The Little Mermaid that you were in, was this a stage production or a film?
It was a stage production.
And what did we got?
That's
This
good.
is from Jonathan Kaufman. There we all are.
We do look like Funko Pops.
Awesome.
Jay Kaufman KY. That's the best.
It's an amazing thing to have a show on the internet. It's a fascinating thing.
We don't have a choice, Bobby. We got no choice.
Fascinating thing.
Got no choice.
Yeah, no, trust me, I know.
Now, when you were in the stage production of The Little Mermaid, was it the original Hans Christian Andersen ending, which is very grim, or was it?
Are you talking to me or Leah?
I'm talking to Bobby. I'm talking to you, Bobby. But the question is for Leah. The question is for Leah.
Gotcha.
No, it was
Thank you.
really bad. I died. I died and I couldn't even bow. They didn't even let me bow because they wanted the audience to think I was really dead. And it was the children.
That's very funny.
That is I am an intense director sometimes. That is an intense director. I want the audience to think. How old were you when you did that production?
17.
We want the audience to think that a 17-year-old young woman has died doing this production.
Died before their very eyes.
Yes, with their tongue cut out.
Oh, Hans. Oh.
It's a sad story.
I think the Disney version, I think it was smart of Katzenberg to change the ending, because I truly think that if the Disney version of Little Mermaid had ended with her dying with her tongue cut out, we might not have gotten to Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, but it always upset me. It's not the real story.
That's true.
I hate to bring it all down, you guys. I hate to bring it down.
Well, you know what?
I got really involved with the character. So
whenever I feel sad, one of the things that I like to do is watch comedy. And one of the people that I love to see do comedy that makes me laugh is a man you might know, because his name is Bobby Moynihan.
That's me.
And a lot of comedy that you've done.
That means a lot to me, George, because I'm such a huge fan of you.
And I remember, Bobby, when you came up to me at the Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary party.
Yeah, I can't believe you remember that. I can't believe you remember that.
Oh, I remember it like it was yesterday. You came up to me. You told me you were on Saturday Night Live, and I remember you and everyone in this room.
You didn't care. You didn't care very much.
Well, because I remember thinking,
it was very cool for me. It was very cool for me.
I remember thinking, well, in hindsight, I wish I'd been more appreciative, but I did start to worry that everyone.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
You guys look good.
Oh, look how happy that little boy is. Look how happy he was.
Yeah. You're talking about George?
No, I was actually talking about me, but yes.
Oh, okay.
I would never. George is a man. George is clearly.
I was just worried that I remember thinking there are so many people in this room who are Saturday Night Live cast members, and if they all come up to me and tell me that they're on Saturday Night Live, then the party is ruined for me. And I'm notoriously great at parties.
You were great at parties. You and Gilbert Godfrey just spent the rest of the night going nuts.
I thought, is Chevy going to come up to me and tell me he's on Saturday Night Live? Am I going to have to hear this?
I mean,
Kevin Nealon? Is Nora Dunn going to come up?
I get it, George. You can relax now. We get it. No need to.
Is A. Whitney Brown? Is A. Whitney Brown going to come up to me?
You know, you got a lot of references, like Denny Dillon.
Tom Schiller going to come up to me and say, "I do Schiller's Real."
Laurie Metcalf's one episode.
Laurie Metcalf's one episode. Yeah.
Is Randy Quaid going to come out of hiding and come up to me?
Where's George Cole? Yeah. Where is George Cole?
Yeah. But we got some clips because
Tony Rosato.
Tony Rosato.
Mr. Bill. Am I going to have to meet Mr. Bill and Mr. Hand?
Vance DeGeneres, yeah.
Sluggo.
But we have some clips. We want to show some clips.
Bobby, some comedy clips, because some of your comedy is paying homage to my work, and I really appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
And you've even done something which, to the best of my knowledge, very few people have done, which is you've actually done you're a comedian. Okay, let me wrap my head around this.
Don't spoil it, George.
No.
Don't spoil it.
I'm going to spoil it, Patrick.
Okay.
You're a comedian, but you do an impression of me. Someone who's not a public figure. I'm a behind-the-scenes guy. I've been in an occasional documentary.
People are aware of you. People are aware of you.
That's true. I just think it's a strange thing for a comedian to do.
Really?
Not that I don't like it. Not that I don't like it. I appreciate
it. I wanted it to be respectful. You know, it's an honor.
You got to be respectful. Otherwise, I'd be so angry. But I love it. So let's go ahead.
But we should say what we had to do.
Oh,
Bobby,
right.
We don't have the right.
We
don't have permission to show this. So what we had to do.
And there are robots on YouTube that will flag the whole clip.
Yeah.
So we had to do
with it a little bit.
Okay, good. I can't wait.
All right. So I feel like the force is controlled through the eyes.
Oh, completely wrong.
Is that George Lucas?
Not controlled through the eyes. I'm not George Lucas.
You are George Lucas, you know.
The George Lucas you're looking for. You will get me a Coke Zero.
We don't have any Coke Zero.
You will get me a Coke Zero.
George, we only have Diet Coke.
Find your lack of Coke Zero disturbing. Star Wars.
Oh, hey, Bobby.
Oh, come on, it could be Keenan. Come on, it could be Keenan in here.
It's not Keenan, it's Bobby. Where did you find that suit?
I made it.
How much did that cost you?
$6,500.
Bobby, take off the mask.
Hey, sorry. And I'm in the menu. I don't want the menu. I want to record. Hey, how do you work this friggin' thing?
A buddy of mine saw Kylo Ren take his shirt off in the shower, and he said that Kylo Ren had an 8-pack. And Kylo Ren was shredded.
What? Your friend's a liar, man. Kylo Ren is a punk bitch. That guy looks like he weighs 30 pounds soaking wet underneath that little black dress.
Tim? Tim! Oh no, he's choking on food. I see what's in your mind. It is stupid!
Dude, Matt straight up sucks.
Very nice, George. Very nice.
Good times. George is
I see what you did there.
an entire glass bottle of Coca-Cola now, or it's plastic. Okay.
Oh my God.
I mean, this is maybe the greatest moment of my life.
Proudly sent. That's so funny.
Can I see the? You guys had a butter girl of me, and I didn't get.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Go right back. Hang on.
That was good. That was a good artist.
Thank you, George. Thank you for that walk down memory lane. I haven't seen a lot of that stuff in a while. It's weird. It's a weird pleasure.
It's from Sarah Clev on Twitter.
There's one of the
Yay.
It's such. It really. Well, because the
Bobby,
thing is, we're
you're
trying to
funny.
make a butter girl
Thanks.
and a butter boy movie.
Yeah.
I'm down. Very nice.
No, but Bobby and I really did work together on Zoom doing a voiceover thing just recently. It was really fun. You were amazing.
Thanks, you too.
You really taught me a lot.
That was a blast. It was.
I've been listening to them, and they're funny. You're really funny.
Oh, amazing! Thank you.
Yeah.
What are these things? What did you work on?
I don't know if we're allowed to.
We're not allowed to say.
I don't even. We don't even know the name of it. But I do it with my daughter.
Sound off in the comments if you know the name of it.
Yay!
Look at that! Oh my goodness!
Baby.
That's the best.
That's so cute. Wow.
So funny.
We should show them. We have a clip for Leah too.
Uh-oh.
George, do you want to set it up or do you want me to?
You can set it up if you like, Patrick.
Do you remember probably the first piece of footage that America and the world saw from Howard the Duck?
Maybe the first footage from the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
With me and the feather? That?
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna show this.
You know, he's the most exciting individual I've ever met. He isn't into the whole macho thing, but he knows who he is and what he wants. Everyone thinks of him as a hero now, but I share his feelings, and he's touched my soul. And right now, I would give anything to run my fingers through his feathers.
George Lucas presents an electrifying new comedy, Howard the Duck. More adventure than humanly possible.
What is that voice? What was my voice?
I don't know.
George, did you direct that?
Yeah. I did second unit on that trailer, on that teaser. I approved everything about it, including the tone of voice that the announcer used, and the spits, and I really like the tagline. I don't know if you got the joke in there, Bobby. It's more effective than humanly possible.
Wait, me specifically? You weren't sure if I got you were worried. You were just worried.
It felt like it might have flown over the head.
Oh, very good. That's a duck joke Watto just did. Well, no, because Bobby, you were a child when that came out, and so you
remember it though.
Yeah, but would you have gotten that joke when you were a kid?
I think I was a pretty savvy kid. I probably would have thought there was something going on. I probably would have been polite about it and moved on and just been like, I know it's a little saucy, but
well, the film.
I think I would have.
The film does contain more more overt sensuality than typically is. I mean, I did secretly
as a young boy, the topless duck was confusing.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's right out of the gate. Like it's in the first few minutes.
First, top right coming in hot with that one.
I did secretly produce Body Heat. This is true. This is true. If you go on IMDb, I am listed as an uncredited producer, and the reason, and this is 100% true, is that Lawrence Kasdan, who had written for Raiders and Empire, and he wanted to make his first movie, and I was helping out with it. And I said, you don't want my name on it because people won't understand what a sexual adult movie it is if they see George Lucas presents Body Heat. And Howard the Duck is right at the level where I said, no, put my name right out front because I think because of the fantasy element, it's a watch. That it's sort of like.
I think you wanted to change the perception. You said, "Okay, I get it. People think I'm sexually unimaginative. Let's let that change."
That is a quote. Watto is quoting from the biography that Brian J. Jones wrote of me. And that is a quote from Marsha Lucas, my first wife.
She called George sexually unimaginative.
And it's in a book.
Did she really?
On
Did she
the
really?
record.
It's in a
On
book.
the
People can read it.
Did you guys ever see All the Right Moves?
Tom
That
Cruise.
movie I did with Tom
Yeah,
Cruise?
of course.
Lucille Ball was a producer for that, and they wouldn't put her name on it because it had nudity and stuff.
Right.
Just,
Oh, interesting.
Maybe you and Lucille Ball had a talk around
I
then.
think because honestly, if I had seen Lucille Ball presents All the Right Moves, I would have just thought like, oh, she's going to be doing all those moves with the chocolates on the conveyor belts. Like, all the right moves.
Oh, it says uncredited.
It's on there. Look at that.
Wow.
Yonda Bond, too. Look at this.
Yeah. It was his first American movie.
Wow. Gosh, you've been in everything. I read Space Camp too. Jeez.
Yeah.
Now, I've never worked with Tom. My buddy Steve has
That's
worked
amazing.
with Tom before. What was he like back then?
Very nice and polite. I had a nude scene, and he said, if Leah has to be nude, I'll be nude too. So that's all you can ask for as a girl, as a young starlet. I thought it was nice of him.
And then he also insisted that he do his nude scene strapped to the side of a plane, which I feel like that scene always bumps for me when I watch the movie.
But you guys, we were nude, and we insisted on wearing white socks.
Right.
All we had was white socks. And but they cut it out because it was funny. Intentionally funny.
Right. Yeah.
To see Leah and Tom Cruise naked in bed in white socks.
Well, because I believe, and I don't think this made it into the movie, but I believe he insisted on doing one scene where he ran as fast as he could and he was completely naked. And so he's like, I need the white socks, otherwise I'm going to hurt my feet.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
There was that.
Yeah.
I do recommend, I highly recommend, if you have a few minutes, because there is no actor in the world who is better at acting and running than Tom Cruise, because it's not just the running hard.
Wow.
But the acting while running, and there are multiple supercuts on YouTube of Tom Cruise running, and they are all worth watching because the way he runs in The Firm is not the same way he runs in A Mission Impossible. He runs like a lawyer who maybe doesn't run all the time, whereas when he's in Mission Impossible, he's like, I gotta run, and I do it every movie. I run all over the place.
Wow, that's a tribute. That's a real tribute.
It's really good.
Wow, so you're saying you could tell his occupation from how he runs.
He runs different depending on the character, and
that's fascinating.
As someone who mostly just likes fast stuff, an actor who runs fast in every movie is the perfect actor. I can't believe I've never made a movie with Tom Cruise. I should have just made a movie that's just called Run, and it's just Tom running as fast as he can, as much as he can.
I see that sparkle, George. I like to see that.
Am I gonna make another movie?
You might
Are
have
you
to
gonna
come
make
out of retirement.
I just make a movie that's just called Run Fast, Tom Cruise. He can play himself. Or we can play other characters.
Tom Cruise might be the only actor in history fast and intense enough for George Lucas.
Bring back the chemistry that Leah and Tom had now.
Yes. And we don't even need to go. I can just put him in a car park with a bunch of green screens. Just have him run around for a week and we've got a movie.
Yeah.
We have an update on Leah's picture, the Spanish picture.
All right.
Santa Barbara Expedo, the marvelous career. The characters are always interesting. It was a joy to see her growing. Oh, isn't that nice? I knew it was nice.
That's amazing.
That's why I have it in my office.
Yeah.
That's absolutely beautiful.
Isn't that great?
Wow. I feel blessed.
And true.
I feel blessed.
I mean, Bobby, you were saying that Leah's in everything, but I also want to point out you're in everything. I mean, look, you're Orca, you're Pintu, you're this guy whose name I don't remember because he's not out yet, but he just got announced.
His name is Cecil Slack.
Cecil Slack?
Slack.
Great name.
Look at him. Look at this guy.
Look at this guy.
Big muscles.
Yeah.
Those big arm muscles.
And that's for the ILM VR thing that's coming out. The Galaxy.
Yeah. Tales of the Galaxy's Edge.
But you also, Bobby, you also have your own animated series that's out now on Comedy Central.
Yeah.
Lofi.
Yeah. It came out this weekend. It came out yesterday. Well, the first 2 episodes are out on Comedy Central's YouTube.
2 episodes in, and you've already got Star Wars adjacent joke in Lofi. Because you got
I kind of I gotta stop. I can't not.
friend of the show, Kevin Smith.
Yes, an amazing show.
Mark Hamill, voicing Mark Hamill. I'm saying that right for the humor. Mark Hamill.
He plays a camel named Mar, M-A-R, and that camel Mar thinks he is Mark Hamill.
Yes.
Yes.
This idea alone, if you had this movie as a child and submitted it for Howard the Duck, it could have been the thing that would have pushed us over the edge in terms of being an instant classic.
We got some more Butter Boys and Butter Girls.
Oh my God.
This is from David Yoder. And then we have one more. This is from Moises Tavera. Hang on one sec. This one is hilarious.
Wow.
Lea doing story time for us.
Oh my
wow,
God.
they really listened. Oh, and Howard.
Howard.
He brought his guitar into the library. He's such a rascal.
But also, do you see what library they're in, I think?
That's at Skywalker.
I've been there. I've been in that room.
Now, Lea and Bobby, do you know this story about the stained glass in this library?
I think tell me.
I can't tell this story again.
George.
No, Watto, you tell the story. It's
George.
Anyone can read this in Brian J. Jones's biography of me.
This is a real story.
This is my Jaws the Revenge story. This time it's personal.
It's too personal for George. George hired a local artisan to design the stained glass for his library at Skywalker Ranch, his home. That man proceeded to cuckold George, and George's wife fully left him for the stained glass artist, and the stained glass art stands at Skywalker Ranch to this day.
I won't take it down.
Is that true?
It's true, I swear to God.
You have to separate the art from the artist. That's good stained glass. I'm not gonna punish the glass. I'm not gonna ruin the library.
I've been in that library. I can honestly say that is one of the greatest rooms I have ever been in my entire life.
That glass really ties the room together.
He took rid of it. He looks at it all the time.
It really is. It really is one of the craziest places ever.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you would replace that, George. Like, it's so big and so ornate. Like, getting rid of it would be a travesty.
I mean, you just get rid of it. You just get someone. You just get rid of it. He's George Lucas. He could do it in 3 days.
I would rather.
Bobby.
Yeah.
I know he's George Lucas. Okay?
My apology.
I would rather fund a few more years of education for the young people of America than replace a perfectly good stained glass.
You're amazing.
I will say, being at Skywalker Ranch, you expect to go there and you expect like Jabba the Hutt's going to be there. You expect to see a bunch of Star Wars stuff, but what you get is the most impeccable woodwork in America.
Oh, yeah.
It's I'm being serious. It's truly astonishing.
I mean, I hired
almost more beautiful.
I hired a carpenter to play Han Solo. Woodwork is important to me.
Yeah.
You know who I met? I met Harrison Ford there in that room, and the thing I remember, it's the only time I ever met him, was how soft his hands are.
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, "You're a carpenter." I mean, he was a carpenter, and I just remember, it was so weird. I don't know. Maybe it was just because he was so attractive. But
nobody knows how he was able to be such a good carpenter without ever ruining his soft hands.
He probably power sands his hands, like he does the woodwork, and then he sands them off to make sure.
I think he does. He dips them in gasoline afterwards.
I came very, very close, but I decided it was better the way we did it. I came very, very close. The original name. We were going to change the name of the character to Han Softo. I said, "Should we?" Because at one point, when we were shooting 4, I did have at one point a couple times where the camera would like pan down to his hands, and if we've been shooting visually, you'd be able to see how soft his hands are. So but
so
back then,
you
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan. I've never heard that. That's an exclusive.
I actually based, whenever we were designing the Ewoks, I said, I want them to look as soft as Harrison's hands feel.
Yes.
And they said, we got it. We know what they are. Little teddy bears. Little teddy bears. That's how soft.
Oh.
We hang on, we have some more fan art that just came in.
The fan art never stops.
The fan art never stops.
Oh,
amazing.
The Lea Mermaid!
And then there's one more. Hang on.
That one dies at the end. That one dies at the end. And Flounder and Sebastian have to deal with it.
This one's Bobby.
Wow. Fantastic.
It's the best.
Oh.
That is phenomenal.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have.
Oh, hang on. Oh yeah.
There he is.
You guys
that was
together.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I felt like a child.
And is that his Call of the Wild beard?
And did he have soft? Did you notice that he had soft hands?
He did. He had very soft hands, and this is when we flew in the Millennium Falcon together.
It was a great ship.
Oh. This is a question for both Leah and Bobby. Who have you gotten the most starstruck around? I feel like Harrison might be up there for you, Bobby, probably.
No. Weirdly enough, I had met him. I had the chance to meet him before, and I didn't because I was like, I'm not bothering Harrison Ford. Yeah. And then we were in a movie together, an animated movie together, and I had never met him, and I was just standing there, and he just walked up next to me, and it may be the coolest I've ever played a situation in my entire life. I just remember a lot of other stars who were in the movie came over and started telling him stories, and I could see that he was getting angry. And then one of them went, "Bobby's a huge Star Wars fan," and he went like, "Oh no!" And he looked at me, and I went, "I've seen it," and I felt like I had won the lottery because he went like, "Thank you for not being a jerk."
Right. That is.
And then as we were leaving, he put a hand on my shoulder and he said, I truly have no idea what he said, but the word cool was in the sentence because I didn't understand it. He just said something. I think he said something about nice to meet you or thanks for being cool. And I thought it was the greatest moment of my life. I did get weirdly starstruck around Jim Carrey for some reason. It blew my mind. Jim Carrey blew my mind.
Yeah. And he hosted while you were there, right?
When he hosted SNL and when we came in for the host meeting and he was sitting there and Lauren went, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Carrey." And he stood up and he started like doing Jim Carrey stuff. And I like, my brain just went like, that's Jim Carrey. I grew up on this. Like I remember sitting there going like, this is the weirdest job in the world. Like Jim Carrey's entertaining me. It was the best.
That's great.
Leah, who have you been? Is there anyone you've been starstruck around?
Well, I was really starstruck around Sean Connery, not because of 007, but because Zardos.
Mm-hmm.
He was so great in Zardos.
Mm-hmm.
That one?
You ever see Zardos?
Oh yeah, hang on, we're bringing up a picture.
Best outfit in a movie.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
He was unbelievable, and so that made me starstruck. And Meryl Streep, of course. Yeah, I mean, how do you not be like, that's so fucking hot?
This is decades before Borat.
I was going to say that's just Borat.
Yeah.
We got some more fan art I want to show. This one is from Tom Sharpling. I'm not gonna play it up like it's some, it's something. It's fan art. It's something.
Wow.
Wow. Is that,
what do we think?
What is it? A duck?
I believe
on a toilet?
That's got to be Watto, right?
Yeah,
I think
Watto's
that's
flying.
Watto.
I think that is 100% Watto, me,
Yeah.
and a watch.
It has to be. Or maybe a toilet. It could be a
It's
toilet.
either
It's a toilet.
it could be a toilet watch.
If he's
It could be a
Tom,
toilet watch.
Tom, you're in the chat. If you want to,
Please, it would be
Oh,
great.
wait.
Sometimes it's,
Is
sometimes-
that like a timepiece, like a reference to Back to the Future? Maybe is that?
maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, George.
How was Sean Connery to you, though?
Disinterested. I think he likes blondes. I don't know, but I was really goofy.
Yeah.
You know, it's weird, isn't it weird? Kind of in the celebrity world, like people, you never know who's gonna be like think you're cool or not. It's like a very weird thing when you meet people. Sometimes, like I met Brad Pitt and I was asking him for his autograph, and he was like, for my sister, and he was like, "Oh my God, Lea Thompson,
Yeah,
that's kind of wonderful. Oh my God, that's why I became an actor." And I was like, I had to hide the, the signature thing. I was like, I always feel like I have a button I can turn off and turn on, like famous. I'm not famous now, and then I'm famous. But it's that way, and it's just like Bobby said. Sometimes you get starstruck out of nowhere for, and it's interesting directing people that you really admire, because you have to like put all that away and just go forward and not be starstruck.
Yeah,
that's what it was like when I met Billie Eilish. She's such a fucking big Watto fan, and I wish
Oh yeah.
she had handled it the way you had handled that, Bobby, because she just would not stop going on and on about, oh, remember the hats, or remember the chance shoes. And I was like, please, Billy, I'm at the Quiznos. Let me eat.
Well, because famously, Bad Guy is actually, some people say, is that song about Watto.
Yes, and that's why she dyes her hair blue. That's why she dyes her hair blue.
Wow.
She's trying to get my attention, and I'm like, okay, take
But
it off of me.
Don't you find it bizarre and weird too that now it's even weirder because we live in a time now. Like I definitely had this happen a couple weeks ago where like I walked around for the rest of the day going, I just talked to Lea Thompson in my closet. Like it's like now all of a sudden, like we did a job together the other week. I was like, we've never met, but like you seem absolutely wonderful. And like it's very
kind of wonderful.
I saw Ron Funches tweeted, I just had a Zoom meeting with Helen Mirren.
Right.
And it's just the truth. It's just like it's bizarre that we just have portals now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is weird.
It's been really great for this show. Very helpful.
It's much easier to say yes when it's in your closet.
I know.
Right. Yeah. Well, it used to be.
As opposed to when it was at midnight on a Friday at the theater next to a pizza place. Yes, it's a little bit easier.
Yeah, if we had ever had that option before, because we used to always ask, "Are you willing to come?" Oh, there we go. Perfect.
Come on.
Bobby's character from Resistance, Orca, is
that's the greatest.
Boy, what a guy.
That R2D2 that you saw in that clip with Leia is downstairs in my garage.
You have an R2 unit?
I have two. I have an R2 and an R5.
Oh, wow. The R5s are nice.
Bobby, what is the coolest thing you could grab within 10 seconds right now?
Right above me.
Wow.
I knew there was something.
On my belly.
I would not have guessed that it was above him.
Oh, it's all gonna fall. This is gonna be great.
No. This makes for great TV, though.
Great TV.
Oh, my belly.
How was that above you? How on earth was?
How?
My headphones are caught.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's all falling apart. Oh, you have a mirror, Bobby. You have a mirror next to you.
Oh yes, I do. Actually, there's just another me.
Second Bobby. This is like Back to the Future 2 right now.
I really did not plan this well.
Bobby, you could do an entire Back to the Future 2 sequence where it's you at the other.
I did not realize what I had up here. I just want to say that. Where do you want to start?
At the beginning.
At the beginning.
Okay.
A very good place to start.
This just is Michael Keaton.
Oh.
Wow. A great Mary Ellen Matthews Prince coming out.
Pearl Jam.
Oh, man.
Pearl Jam. We just talked about them last.
I wrote a sketch with Pearl Jam, and they came here.
We're trying to get Pearl Jam to do a song for the Butterboy movie.
That's amazing.
2000 says she's in love with him. Can't find a butterman.
What is that?
What are we looking at? That's the sketch?
That's the Muppets sketch from when they were on SNL, and they Gonzo Dave Goles taped his script up on the piano, and I stole it.
Wow.
Because I'm a crazy person. There's all sorts of stuff here.
That's good.
Good stuff. This was good.
This is fantastic, Bobby.
Here's an original Mad Magazine page.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
Hold on. What is that? What's it spoofing? That's a Nick Cage.
Avengers. I think it's Avengers.
Oh wow. Oh man, it's Ultron? I think it's Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I collect lots of weird art, and I don't know.
And you store it directly above you.
we just moved, and I'm trying to have everything framed, but nothing is open. This was. Oh, that was. I'll do that another time. What's in here?
Oh boy.
This is incredible. I can't believe this much stuff was stored in a pile there.
I have a problem.
Wait, Bobby, I have a question. I'm going to make it a blind item, and I think you'll know what I'm talking about. You had something made from your character in Resistance.
Oh, yeah.
Is that around you?
It's downstairs.
Okay, all right.
Not far away.
We're just doing unboxing videos now.
I do believe.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I never get to show anybody.
This is what it's for. This is what it's all about. That's the Batman stuff.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Good Lord. You know,
I just have lots of weird. I've just collected a lot of weird stuff. If I don't want to get up and start showing you, because I will embarrass myself.
Somewhere here at Skywalker Ranch, at the danger of perhaps sounding confusing in terms of this will sound like I'm talking about someone else. Somewhere here at Skywalker Ranch, there is a photograph of Burt Ward.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
Wow!
Did you meet him, or was this a purchase?
It was purchased.
Yeah.
Here at Skywalker Ranch, I have a photo somewhere. It's in the archives of Burt Ward, I believe around 1980, maybe 1979. So it's around the time of between 4 and 5. And the photo is there. We are.
And that was tweeted to us by someone named Caroline.
Wow.
Caroline. And the photo is of Burt Ward appearing on a Midwestern live children's television show. And he's dressed as Robin, but he's not wearing any tights. So he just has those shorts and just bare man's legs.
Oh.
Bobby, since you were so nice as sharing all that, Bobby.
Sorry that I'm a weirdo.
It didn't occur to me, but I'm just going to check and see if I have anything up here that might be. Hey.
Oh wait. Oh wow.
BB-8.
Oh.
BB-8 was up there.
Oh no way.
Yeah.
Gee, you just had him right up there. That's crazy.
It was just right up there, just right up above me the whole time.
What? I just found this, signed by Rob Lowe and Joe Pesci.
What is it? What is it?
I don't know, but I will donate it to your show.
Whoa!
Oh, wow!
Whoa!
This will we will have this be
to whom this may concern. Actors Rob Lowe and Joe Pesci signed this Thursday, April 10th, 1997, during a rehearsal at a studio schedule in black Sharpie pen. So you know it's real.
This can be something we show off every week, like Butterboy and Buttergirl.
Yeah.
Or it could be when we're doing one of our charity watch-a-thons. This feels like it could be something that we auction off as an item for charity.
Yeah, done. Abs done.
Great.
What a valuable archive. So that's what season would that have been? That would have been Harvey on it yet at that point, or was it Lovitz was on it by then, right?
Host Rob Lowe. The band was musical guest of the Spice Girls.
No.
In what year?
97. So that's like
97. 97.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Arrow, and Shannon, Brewer.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what we want. What we really, really want. That
Tell us what you want. What you really, really want.
I wanna really, 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 really zig-a-zig ah. And that the zig-a-zig ah, we never knew what it was until now. It's the signatures of Rob Lowe and Joe Pesci.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Indecipherable.
It was April 12th, 1997. It was he did the Joe Pesci show. That was the one with De Niro too.
Yes.
Well, that's good to know that they rehearsed it, because in the show it seems like they just show up.
It seems there was a Sling Blade promo done. Stan Hooper's weight loss. A goth talk.
Wow.
Perspective baseball with Tim and Tracy, and an NBC message from Mark and Sherry O'Terry.
Wow. That's
so exciting. Leah, what do you have in that room? You've already shown us so many treasures. Do you have anything within reach that you think would surprise us?
We did get from Purple Hat. We did get a Caroline in the City action figure.
There it is.
Made of clay.
Amazing.
Yeah, we commissioned this.
They made that during this show?
Yes.
They made that.
5 points of articulation.
Unbelievable.
When you left the room, we asked people to make this.
Are there any people in the tribe? Because this is from one of my daughter's bat mitzvahs.
Wow.
And I have the matching one because I had to for my other daughter's bat mitzvah. So they kind of just stare at me.
That is the best.
That's absolutely
A
fantastic.
weird headstone from, Irma or something like that.
Oh, that's so funny.
I know. That's I couldn't throw them away because they're but
Leia, I'm sorry. Did you ask if anyone else on this show is Jewish?
Yeah.
Watto's showing off his. Wait, show it again, Watto.
That is fantastic.
Oh, George, we should show them the thing that we
tribe, so I knew.
Yeah, no, I'm part of the tribe, big time.
Oh yeah, this is very exciting. We like to do this. This is one of the best pieces of Star Wars merchandise that was ever made. Bobby, I don't know if you own this or not, but this is. Do you own a Hungry Hero Jar Jar?
Wow! Oh, I thought it was going to be a different thing. No, I know I don't.
And this is true. Nicole Byer was on the show a few weeks ago, and we showed her this, and then we sent her a Hungry Hero Jar Jar. I don't know that I can make the same promise to anyone ever again, because these are rare now.
Yeah.
Yes.
She received it today. She says hers doesn't speak, but the tongue works.
Okay, great.
But let's demonstrate. Jar Jar says multiple phrases if you squeeze his hand, but if you squeeze his belly, he makes a noise and his tongue extends fully. Do you want to preview the phrases first?
Oh yeah, sure. So he says 8 phrases. He says icky icky goo. He says how wooed. He says Misa called Jar Jar Binks. He says Yusa Jedi are kawazy. He says Maxi Big Da Force. He says we doed it. He says Yahoo, and he says ooey mooey mooey I love yous.
And I remember we tried to get Squeeze Me, but Mike Myers was playing hardball on that because obviously that's a Wayne's World line, and we couldn't license it. I thought, well,
how did he know? How did it get? How did it?
You had to ask. They had to say.
We said, look, I stole this line.
He copyrighted "Excuse Me."
Yes,
and we went to him. He said, please, we want the hungry hero Jar Jar to be able to say, "Excuse me." It's one of Jar Jar's famous lines. And he said, I really would rather keep that in case we do more with the Wayne's World franchise.
So let's take votes if we want to hear a voice or squeeze the belly. Let's start, Bobby. What would you like to hear?
Voice first.
George?
Squeeze the belly.
Lotto?
Got to squeeze that fucking belly.
Leah?
Voice.
Oh, no. So it's up to me.
Tiebreaker.
This is oh God, as if this year isn't fraught with enough election trauma and anxiety.
Oh no!
I hope November goes better.
I'm the Speaker of the House. Oh no! Okay, here we go. We're gonna do the voice. Oh shoot! Hang on.
Guest vote should weigh more than hosts.
Yeah. Here we go. You ready? Says we movies. I love you. Now, I'm gonna make a call. We don't do this all the time.
We don't always do this.
I think we should do both of them.
I think we should
squeeze the belly.
This
is a treat. This is a treat. All right, here we go. You ready?
Keep doing it. No, do it again. I want to keep.
No, Patrick.
That is the best character I have ever written.
It is true. It is true.
Yeah.
Oh.
The dialogue.
And
I don't mind. Do you know that there was
Mooey Mooey, I love you. That's the best one. Yeah.
There was a product. There was a product that they made, which was a lollipop. Do you know about the Jar Jar lollipop? Oh, you know about it.
I'll bring up the picture.
It's a Jar Jar lollipop that opens like this, and his tongue comes out of his mouth, and that's the lollipop.
You suck on Jar Jar's tongue.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
That's a lollipop, Leia. That was sold to children,
lollipop.
and children were encouraged to suck on his tongue.
What on earth were they thinking?
It was a different time.
Yeah, very
innocent.
Yeah.
Innocent.
You've seen the C-3PO ceramic tape dispenser?
Ooh, let's bring that up as well, and let's also bring up the Topps card while we're being. I guess.
Oh, the Topps card I have on my fridge.
Bobby, on your fridge.
I do.
Bobby, you're a family man. Is there a conversation that has been had about a date certain in which that will be removed from the family fridge?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That is phenomenal.
I wish my big regret, if Disney gave me back the movies for 10 more minutes, that would go in the movie, that scene. And with the big roll of tape. Oh,
George, what are you snacking on?
Just some blueberries.
You don't see Fallon doing this.
Yeah.
No. Fallon doesn't snack.
Such a casual chew.
What is happening right there?
That's a real Topps card. It was an accident, or this is the way that an employee at Topps quit.
There was, I believe the story was it's like an early version of Photoshop that went wrong. Like there was a cart with a bunch of parts in front of him in the movie, but they like removed the cart because they wanted like a full picture of C-3PO or something. I think it was just a mistake.
Yeah. Now here's another thing that Bobby, that you and Leia have in common. You mentioned the Muppets before. You both worked with the Muppets.
Yeah.
Briefly, yes. I was leered at by Kermit, I think.
And this is on the ABC situation comedy, The Muppets, from a few years. Yes.
Yeah, it only lasted one season. It was super cute. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was like droid.
You're the kicker in the episode. You're you're right at the end.
Yeah, and they gave me the blue dress. That was the most important thing. Got the blue dress.
The blue dress. And this was the. What was your experience like interacting
Wow!
The Blue Girls and the Howard the Duck shoes. See,
Oh my God.
I save everything. It was fun. It was fun. Oh wow, yeah.
There they are.
It was fun seeing how they do it. You know, like I had never really experienced, you know, how
You don't
they
age.
how they do it with
Yeah.
the thing. And so that was fun. But I have no good stories except for that I got leered at by Kermit.
Bobby, did you get leered at by Kermit?
Many times. Yeah, I got to do Happy Feet. I got to dance. I got to do a bunch of stuff with. I got to host the Muppet Show in London. Yeah.
No, really? How cool.
It was that is one of the craziest pictures ever. That is bonkers.
Wow.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What's Link Hogthrob like in real life?
Just as suave as you think
Okay.
he is. Yeah.
Because I've heard stories. Yes.
He's no strange pork. I'll leave it at that.
Sure. I know what you're saying when you say that. Strange pork. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Goodness.
That's insane.
Wild.
That's that don't make it doesn't make any sense.
Wow.
And you did it in LA too.
I did it in LA and in London.
Bobby, how many times have you cried because of working with the Muppets? Like, how many times have you been brought to tears at the realization
I
that
think you could
When you-
crying because of something you're doing at work.
When
Yeah.
you put up that picture, I got super nervous at first because especially in London, because
Yeah.
they didn't know who I was. They didn't care. They were like, and this other guy, and that was fine. But so that one was like, in my mind, I was just like, oh, this is for 15-year-old Bobby. I'm just playing around. And during those, when Rainbow Connection happened, I just started bawling because it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, it is an interesting thing about Saturday Night Live and other places because I know because I've worked a fair amount in London. But they don't get Saturday Night Live over there.
Yeah.
But they will get when a Saturday Night Live movie comes out. That will often be their first experience of a character that in America people have been watching for years, and then suddenly a movie will come out in England with no context. It's just like Wayne's World just suddenly exists. The Blues Brothers just suddenly exists,
Yeah.
and there's no
Ladies' Man.
The Ladies' Man will just come out, and it'll be like it has to stand on its own with no cultural. And that seemed, and I imagine it's a little bit different now because of streams and pirating and things like that. Bobby and Leah, did you ever see Radioland Murders?
Yeah, first CGI in movie history, right?
Some of it, yeah. Have you heard of that movie, Leah?
Mm-hmm.
But you haven't seen it.
Mm-mm.
It really is the first CGI in a movie, I believe. I believe
Yeah.
the plane
Yeah.
is like the first CGI in a movie.
I've done some morphing. We did morphing in Willow. But like that was the first movie where we used the CGI, so you didn't have to build practical sets. You could make all this digital technology. But that's a really funny movie, Leah. If you want, I'll send you a DVD of it.
Okay, thank you.
You just wanted to bring it up. Let's see if she wanted it, huh?
Well,
yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All
Will
right.
you sign it for me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Okay.
George Lucas, billionaire, just casually chewing blueberries on a webcam, offering to self-distribute his own decades-old films.
On DVD.
Yes.
Well, would you prefer Blu-ray or DVD?
I prefer a VHS, please.
That's easier.
That's
Yeah.
actually
That's
easier.
Thanks.
Well,
Okay.
because here's the thing about Radioland Murders is historically it's important. You don't get Lord of the Rings, you don't get Alias, you don't get any of there are all these things that use CGI, and Radioland Murders was first with it.
Those are your first two examples, are Lord of the Rings and Alias?
Yeah, because I was thinking of film and TV that use CGI because they never went and filmed in Moscow or Paris when JJ was doing Alias. But he's using, no one ever thinks when they're watching Alias, thank you, Radioland Murders. Without you, Sydney Bristow wouldn't be able to go anywhere except Burbank.
Bring the noise on Twitter.
That's so good.
Wow.
And yet, a few years ago, and I think it may still hold this distinction. You know how, like, most films are pirated. You can find them in, torrents and various places around. Oh, wow, look at that.
Is that Grease?
I think it is. Oh, it's so funny. That was Emily Ann. Oh, boy.
Leah, you don't mind a pre-owned VHS, do you?
No.
All right.
When you say pre-owned, do you mean that it's yours, or did you get it from like Blockbuster?
I'll look around and I'll see if I have one here.
This is from Eric McKenzie, I believe, on Twitter. George is saying faster, and you got it.
Yeah.
Not directed necessary.
Wow.
That also, if you go back, I look a little bit like I could be like a chicken version of me there. That maybe it could be that, because I know they're doing another chicken run.
Yeah.
Let's see a chicken version of that. Where we'll just put, because honestly, if you're going to do a movie with run in the title and they're doing a chicken run, they're not going to, Mel's not going to be in it.
So are you saying
Tom in there and have him be in the chicken who's running?
So are you announcing that you're making a live action chicken run with Tom Cruise?
Yeah, he's gonna play a chicken. And I remember the plot of that movie. It's not gonna have any. It's in the same world, but it'll be standalone because there's gonna be a lot more running in this chicken run. You don't put run in the title. Like, I really like Run Lola Run. I remember thinking she better run in this movie if they're
twice at least.
In the title, and then I was like, great, it's all about her running. But chicken run, they don't really run that much.
Mm-mm.
I remember thinking yeah.
It's like
I want to clarify.
Almost
George.
no camping in Space Camp.
I know.
That's true.
And sexy beast, there was nothing sexy and there was no beast.
No beasts.
None.
I wanted my money back from that movie.
Right. Whereas,
I
like,
just want
Indiana
to,
Jones in the Temple of Doom, like, check, and check.
Yeah.
Nailed it. I want to clarify also that George saw a piece of fan art and requested that someone do fan art of that fan art. Can some fan do a version of this fan art where I'm a chicken?
Where we're both chickens.
Sure.
It's kind of like when he's making a movie. He's like, give me a shrubbery. No, give me a different shrubbery. Give me a shrubbery on a shrubbery.
It must be hard having billions and billions of dollars now, but how are you doing during the pandemic? Is it much different for you? Like, you don't have people to get your stuff, right?
No, I can still get a TaskRabbit if I need to.
So you'll put a man's life in danger to get blueberries.
Yeah, the TaskRabbit has to drive all the way up to the ranch.
No, I'll make sure not only is he a TaskRabbit, that he's also a mask rabbit.
Oh no.
Oh.
And with a blueberry pop right after.
That's right.
George, you need to eat a blueberry and nod right after more often.
This is like how Michael J. Fox would always do the thing where he'd have a drink of water and he'd say something like, well, Mallory, you go to Grant College, and then he'd do the drink right after it. Right after he'd do a good burn, he'd do a good
This is
drink.
your thing.
This is my thing.
That's because you got to give people time to laugh.
Yeah, you gotta give them time to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
That's one rule of comedy that people don't understand. You got to give people time to laugh. Leah, when you were doing Caroline in the City, that's multicam studio audience, which is to a certain extent kind of a lost art form in the past decade. It's sort of, I think it's changed a lot since the 90s because you were sort of right in that era where multicam sitcoms started like shifting in that they would, like Seinfeld, I think, changed the pace of a multicam where they did a lot more short scenes and compared to some scenes where you'd have like almost more like a play and you were able to really use the audience's energy more. Was that because you also did Caroline crossed over into the Friendsverse, yes?
Yeah, just once, but it's a terrifying medium. I think it's really, it is scary doing a, because they would write on my show. They would write so much. It might be a little bit like Saturday Night Live, like you do a rehearsal and then they rewrite everything, but you don't have cue cards or anything, and you've got to remember it. And it was really scary. But I did direct Mom last year or a year and a half ago.
Allison Janney.
Yeah, and that show is weird because it's like it's a different. There's not sometimes there's no laughs in a scene at all on purpose. It's kind of dramatic. That was a really interesting way to kind of revisit that form.
Yeah.
But
I was, someone just pointed out, and it's true, I was on Just Shoot Me, which was sort of the same era that Caroline in the City was in. Now, let's break this down here because now it occurs to me. So your character, Caroline in the City, crossed over in world to Friends. Which puts you in the same universe as Mad About You, because Ursula, played by Lisa Kudrow, was the sister of Phoebe. And it also puts you into the Seinfeld world because Kramer met Paul Buckman from Mad About You. So Caroline's in the Seinfeld world. And yet you played yourself on an episode of Larry Sanders' show, filming Caroline in the City.
I played Caroline on the Larry Sanders show. Not myself.
Hank Kingsley did a guest appearance on Caroline in the City.
Yeah.
So you were playing Caroline in the City was a show in the same reality.
It was like a crossover.
All right. But you met Brad Pitt. You met Brad Pitt in real life, and Brad Pitt was also on Friends. And you were in Jaws 3D, which is in the world of Back to the Future. So Lea Thompson, the actress, exists in the world of the Larry Sanders show. And Back to the Future, but Caroline exists as a character within the world of Friends, Seinfeld, Mad About You. I don't have a point to this. I just wanted to...
George, you were on the OC, George.
I was on the OC.
What?
And I was in, Bobby, you don't know this?
No. I know you were on BattleBots or you were on like a BattleBots type show, yeah. But I didn't know you were on... I didn't know you were on the OC.
I played myself on the OC. This was, I think, was it a week before what you said?
I believe it was the second to last episode of that season.
What?
Yes.
Yeah. With Marguerite Moreau from Wet Hot American Summer and Adam Brody.
It's a very logical plot line in which a teenage high schooler gets the chance to pitch a comic book to George Lucas on the night of his prom and chooses to go there rather than prom. And George Lucas tells him that missing prom was the biggest regret of his entire life.
Whoa.
And it's on HBO Max now, so you can go watch it.
That's heavy.
Yeah. It's heavy.
Yeah. And then it was a week later that they did the Ooh, What You Said, right? A week later?
Yeah.
And do you still...
Well...
Do you still talk to Adam?
What you said?
Dead. All for the best. You know it is. What you said.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you still talk to Adam Brody?
I feel bad because I haven't talked to him as much. We said we were going to stay in touch. You know how it is.
I was in a movie with him called I played his brother, clearly.
You gotta reach out.
In a movie called Revenge for Jolly, super nice guy. I just didn't know he talked about you a lot.
Right. Well, you tell him I talked about him, all right?
I will.
I mean,
you seem angry.
Well,
yeah.
I'm trying to remember the reason they didn't bring me back because I thought it might be a backdoor pilot.
Possible recurring.
You thought this was setting up like the new relaunch of the OC because it was ending?
No.
Well, they kill a lot of people in the next episode, so they're like setting up the chance to bring in new blood.
Yeah, and remember how when David Caruso showed up in a CSI as a backdoor pilot for CSI Miami, and then Sinise did the same thing for CSI New York, and I thought maybe they were setting up another OC thing that my character, George Lucas, would be in. I thought maybe we'd do the GL.
Like how Family Matters was like a spin-off of Die Hard in a way?
Exactly, yeah. And I really, and then I believe, I could be remembering this wrong, I believe it fell apart when they refused to include me in the previously on for the next episode, and I said I wanted my full rate to be in the previously on. And they wouldn't put it. They said, we're not going to pay your full rate. And I said, it's just scale. I'm not doing this for the money, but pay me what's right to put me in the previously on. They said, we don't need you in the previously on because this episode doesn't call back to your plot line. And I said, well, it should if we're going to make a show. And then everyone's got awkward. We don't know if we're going to make a show. And I said, well, I wouldn't have done this just to be in one episode of the OC.
Yeah.
That's
George,
how I felt about Friends.
Yeah.
You thought you were going to be a friend?
Yeah, and I thought I was going to be a Muppet too.
Oh, well, that's
or sing a song or something.
Right?
I think you could be a Muppet. If they hear this, they'll make you a Muppet. Look at this.
Chicken Run Fast?
This is from Bring the Noise. Chicken Run Fast.
That's great.
Wow.
I don't think it's smart to take the biggest movie star in the world and take his head off though and put a chicken head on.
Yeah.
They made him.
I mean, we're gonna get that. I know we're gonna get that note. Hold on.
Well, Tom Cruise will want to do it for real. He'll want to replace his own head with an actual chicken head.
Yeah.
What I had in the up above me. I had this big box of Mandalorian fruit snacks.
What?
Just a big box of Mandalorian.
I'm getting very hungry right now.
It's just. I mean, I'm a famous diabetic. This is not a good idea, but. One little bag, right? I've been eating blueberries. That's natural sugar, so that's all right, right?
I'm sorry, George.
Famous diabetic George Lucas.
That was up above you in your patio?
Yeah. Well, I didn't know. You never really know what's above till you look.
I have nothing.
I got the ceiling.
Right. Do you want me to see what else is up there?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, Bobby's grabbing more. Oh no. What is this?
Some Darth Vader sneakers.
God.
There's a big box of Mandalorian cereal.
George.
I eat a bowl of this in a little bit.
This is turning into a competition. I gotta go find something.
Well, look up above, Leah. It might be up above you. I actually didn't. Oh, actually, hold on. Okay.
Oh my God.
What is this, Bobby?
Bobby, what is that?
Oh no.
When I was on SNL my last year, I got the guy from Mad TV to draw the whole thing. No, the guy from Mad TV.
Ike Barinholtz drew you guys.
Ike Barinholtz drew this.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That is wild.
That's so good.
Wait, where are you? Oh, you're in the bottom. I see you. Oh, that's the best.
Wow.
I have a Hirschfeld from Caroline in the City, but it doesn't look anything like me, and so I'm very upset.
How many Ninas are in that?
I don't know.
How many what, George?
Ninas.
Is it Nina or Nina? It's Nina.
Nina.
Potato.
George, nobody calls him Nina.
You call her
Nina.
Didn't you call her episode Nina?
Episode Nina.
George is still reaching for something up above.
Oh no!
Look at that sweat stain. Look at those sweat stains.
George, you are Santa Claus with the Coca-Cola polar bears. Now that is Back to the Future right there. That was fantastic.
Wow.
Oh. Wait, I'm getting a phone call. You can clearly tell I'm getting a phone call. I've spoiled. I'm sorry. We spoiled Back to the Future 4, and I'm getting yelled at.
Oh no, Bobby.
Oh no.
Is it Bobby Z?
You did it. You did it. It wasn't me.
I gotta. No boy.
I love that Water and I both called him Bobby Z at the same time.
Our good friend Bobby Z.
Bobby Z.
Yeah.
Bobby Z.
It's Bobby Z. Hey. Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no.
Shoot. Yeah, hold on. He said he's not laughing about the fruit snacks. He says he doesn't find he says he doesn't find the fruit snacks funny.
George.
Impossible.
Does he know that George is diabetic? That might make it funny.
He said that he famously knows it. He said that he said that the blueberry pop was better.
Does he say, remember what happened to Crispin Glover?
He said, remember what happened to
no.
I had to go dark. Sorry, guys.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he just called me Eric Stoltz.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's the worst thing he can call somebody.
Oh no. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. I gotta deal with this.
Bobby.
I gotta deal with this. I love you guys.
Leah,
Leah, truly an honor. Truly an honor, Leah.
Nice
You're the
to see you.
greatest.
I know. We've had such, Zoom
honor.
excitement. It's an honor.
Honor to work with you. George, as always, thank you, boys. I love you both.
I guess I better go too.
Yeah. He said he's calling you now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Love you. Thank you, Leah.
Love you.
Bye, you guys.
Bye. Thank you,
Thanks
Leah.
so much. This was really a blast.
It's so great having you.
You cheered me up.
Good. Stay safe.
Okay.
Now, is Bobby really gone?
You know,
Gone.
I don't know if he knows. If he opens his computer, he's going to see he's still in the stream.
Is Bobby
Keep
ever
him up.
really
Let's
gone?
keep him up.
I think we keep him up and we just see how long this lasts.
We keep him up out of respect. Maybe the show doesn't end until Bobby comes back.
I cannot believe
Could be
that
tomorrow morning.
Bobby Moynihan and Lea Thompson stayed on for 2 hours and 15 minutes.
How do we keep doing this?
I don't know. I don't understand. It does
Because
not feel sustainable.
we're a good pandemic hang. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We're a good pandemic.
So wait.
Hold on. Wait a second. It looks like there's something up above.
Oh no, what is it, Watto?
I know. Were you going to say something, Patrick?
Well, I was gonna say I feel like the show's done, and it's
I
probably
just wanted to say one thing before you went up there to whatever you have above there, Watto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Watto. Thanks.